I have a story that I tell everybody when my customers come in. I said, second wind got us out of basically going bankrupt. I actually wrote a review of Jared in Second Wind on Google and Yelp, and I've never done that before. I don't post reviews on Yelp, I don't post reviews on Google, I don't. It's very hard for me to give an endorsement to anybody. I said if I had not found Jared in Second Wind, there would be 20 people without jobs, 20 people who couldn't pay their rent, 20 people who couldn't buy food for their kids. So my name is Nita Werner, and I am the president of OEI Manufacturing, Inc. And we are a contract manufacturing company, which means we do hand-built cables and boards for people that are works of art. The quality will be gone, the history will be gone, the knowledge will be gone. And this is a picture of my father. He founded the company. He died a very, very unexpected death. We threw the company for a loop. We got caught up with the, merchant cash advance companies because they would be willing to give you any money you want at any time. So even though you banked at Chase or US Bank or wherever for 25 years and being in business, they didn't want to lend you any money, even though you were a loyal customer. You didn't look at the long term because what you saw is you had immediate cash needs. But 3 to 6 months later, you needed more because they were just sucking you dry. And it was the perfect storm. I got to the point where I just couldn't function anymore. I had 2 cash advance companies hitting our bank account. I was bouncing checks left and right. I was worried about I couldn't make rent. I couldn't make payroll. I had no idea what to do. When I first started trying to dig ourselves out of this mess, I started talking to banks in March and April of 2017, trying to get a brick and mortar loan to pay the MCAs off. And I actually had sent everything to an attorney that was my father's friend. Yeah, they came back and said, you're dead. Because they can take everything, you're dead, your company's gone, there's no hope for you. I had 2 choices. The livelihood of 20 employees and the legacy of my father. Am I gonna have to just get rid of this company and be done with it? Or is someone gonna help me? And another thing my father taught me was it's okay to ask for help. It really is. And it's hard to do. It's hard to suck up and say, oh my God, I have made such a mess of this, someone needs to help me. And I started Googling things. Within a week or 2 is when I found Second Wind, when I was just at the point of, do I just cut loose or what do I do to try and survive? So yeah, exactly. Banker, lawyer, Second Wind. So when I first talked to Jared, he laid out step by step the things that a company needed to do and that he would assist us with. I felt the level of stress lift immediately because I was no longer alone. I actually started crying, and I do not cry. I'm telling you what, it takes a lot for me to cry. I started crying because I'm like, oh my God, finally there's someone here who can actually help me and understands what I'm going through. He knew their tactics. He knew the players involved. He knew everything, and so it was a huge relief just to talk to him. And he seemed very, almost crusader-ish. I could tell it wasn't just a job. He really enjoyed what he was doing, and he felt like he was doing something for the greater good. One of the major things that Jared had me do, we had to dissolve Ornalis Enterprises as an entity. I had to basically sell the company. And that was horrifyingly hard. My dad's company, I had 20 employees, it was horrible. Even though it was a name change and an ownership change, it was still a huge sense of loss. I had to go through a grieving process, to be honest. It kind of worked out well because Ornalis Enterprises, Inc. was known as OEI. So the employees decided we would just become OEI Manufacturing. And they actually said that this would be a good thing because then people would actually know what we did. The one thing that I will say, when people find Second Wind, they also have to take a look at their day-to-day operations. They have to take a look at, is my business running the way it should be? This is a prime opportunity to actually figure out if you need to fix things. Second Wind enabled me to actually refocus on running a business. We were able to do a lot of cuts in the business. We were able to actually start functioning like a small business should be. And we are doing a hell of a lot better than we were a year ago. Second Wind is not just MCAs. They are negotiations. They are restructuring. They are unwinding a company. They are, legal information. They are customer service, talking to your customers. Yeah, it was like the best day ever. It was like literally the best day ever when I found Second Wind. And I tell people that all the time. Hey Jared! I talk about you everywhere I go. what you did to save this company, a thank you is not enough.
Thank you, Nita. I mean, that means a lot, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. I know it's really been special, and it's more than a job, and I appreciate being a part of it.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and so do all my employees.